Released on March 22, 2013, this modestly budget action thriller by director Antoine Fuqua exceeded expectations at the box office and is well on its way to turning a sizable profit. The script, one that was in competition with the extremely similar White House Down, set to be released in June, follows Secret Service agent Jared Butler as he attempts to save the kidnapped president and the White House following a massive takeover by well-organized North Korean terrorists. With ruthless determination, Butler is fantastic in the lead role, his most substantial action part since playing King Leonidas in 2007's hugely successful 300. As the uncompromising but likable Commander-in-Chief, Aaron Eckhart does his best with the unfortunately limited role, which has him literally tied down for the majority of the picture. Following the invocation of the 25th Amendment, Morgan Freeman remains in charge of what's left of the American government, and honestly, just having him there delivering orders lends a great deal of credibility to the otherwise ridiculous premise. In supporting roles, Dylan McDermott is particularly fascinating as an ex-agent, but Ashley Judd is curiously wasted in what amounts to a poorly incorporated cameo prologue. Rick Yune is brilliant and terrifying as the picture's primary antagonist, but his character reeks of a bygone James Bond-style villain, hell-bent on an absurd notion of world domination, aided by a nonsense plot device that makes it hard to take the events on screen seriously. Beginning with a furious and violent bang, this 120-minute picture loses its steam once the gunfights turn to poorly edited fistfights in the darkly lit interior of the executive mansion. Backed by a patriotic score from Trevor Morris, the film's R rating truly lets it shine. The headshots, blood, gore, and F-bombs definitely approach unnecessary levels of excess, but fans of old-fashioned 80s action films will still find it enjoyable and fun. The highlight of the picture is easily the White House takeover scene, with the North Lawn resembling a scene out of 1985's Commando. But in a post-9/11 world, some of these brutally graphic images might hit a bit too close to home. As Yoon remarks, it takes 15 minutes for your armed forces to reach the White House. We took it down in 13. Meshing elements and styles from better pictures, this movie feels like a rejected Die Hard 5 plot, as Butler's character, complete with the sarcastic taunting of the villain over his walkie-talkie, feels exactly like John McClane stuck in Nakatomi Plaza. Hinging on an unpredictable and unrealistic plot turn, the entirety of the plot is mostly unbelievable and inaccurate. I'm pretty sure the Oval Office doesn't have a hidden wall safe. Despite its faults, this film does have tense moments, slick visuals, and entertaining bouts of action and suspense. Predictable, overtly violent, insensitive, and unintentionally funny at times, this is still a wonderfully glorious popcorn film I wouldn't mind watching a few more times. Olympus Has Fallen. Gratuitous thrills and fascinating setting. Now let's read your reviews from the YouTube comments. Olympus Has Fallen, a double 8. You thought this is a loud, obnoxious, but still extremely entertaining picture, and you scored it a great. I loved Butler in the lead, and if you get past the brutal violence, how unbelievable it is, or the hammy pro-America patriotism, there's some incredible action and excitement here too. I thought it was great.